The scaling of the screen.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, it's weird. My gamepad's currently dead, so I need to plug it in quick to check that.
Did you charge it before you got here?
I was practicing this game diligently for a bit there.
An 11-cent donation from Anonymous. This is my second time watching a GDQ event, and SGDQ 2015 has been great so far. Since I wasn't able to donate last time, I decided to donate this time. Also, didn't we save the animals last time? I think it's time to kill the animals.
Okay. I'm just going to suck it up.
$50 from Anonymous. Been watching for 2 years now. Great job, all runners, and awesome that you do this. Great job. Keep up the great runs.
I have so many tweets.
That's good.
Dude, I am kind of looking forward to sifting through them.
Dude, like, after my run earlier, I got like 40 plus Twitter followers. It was insane. If I
And you got a
you.
r/speedrun thread.
Good point. Good point as well.
That's the most prestigious. You're on the Reddit.
$40
I would
from
be
Baron.
surprised if
Blood and
he
Bloody
does not get one
Ashes.
as well.
How have we not hit the Wheel of
Because,
Time
like,
incentive yet? Put all the
that was
money
really good.
towards
I'm kind
watching
of
the
upset though that
post-game
you couldn't do
cutscene.
the. Did you see that? You saw the glitch.
Yeah, that's a little too big.
There
There we go.
are
Okay.
many.
Yeah, now we're nice
The
and
one
situated
where
there.
you
$50 from Wiggles
basically turned it into
129.
DK64.
Shantae's a great one to watch, and I'm pumped to
Oh,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm also
I've
excited
done
to
nice.
save
We
his
can do that
animals.
shit.
Yeah, I mean you don't use it in the run, but it's still a cool glitch.
Yeah.
Literally hundreds. What is it?
$20 from Rebel Winter. I love the Shantae games, and I'm so excited to see one at SGDQ. Thank you, Sound Defense, for running one. You make me so happy. $10 from Xavier L. Keep good cause. Keep up the great work.
Looks weird.
Sorry. All right. There we go. Comfy.
$20 from Scooby Doofus. Woke
Oh
up
my
just
God,
now to
that's
donate
such
for
a
this
good
one.
name.
Wish I could stay for the whole
Scooby-Doofus?
thing. Good luck.
Scooby Doofus.
Scooby Doofus?
That's
Oh
a-
my god.
That's a good name.
So, if
What's
I
up,
forget,
Scooby Doofus?
remind me to kick Duke in the butt after
I
this
will.
one, all right?
It's all right. Hotline 2 will also do the same thing for him.
What up, studio?
I believe.
I love you, my man.
Hey, Studio Doofus or Studio Doofus.
Yo.
All right, hey, so yeah, time to talk about
I'm meeting
that,
you
or-
for the very first time, Studio.
You Doofus is ready.
I'm ready. I'm a doofus.
pretty
Ready
close,
to-
pretty
ready to
close.
sing this?
Yeah, so one of the first things that we'd like to talk about here is Way Forward has been super kind enough to give us a really cool prize pack for the Way Forward block. If you donate, I believe $10 is the threshold for that. You can win a Way Forward shirt. There's also a sweatshirt in the mix as well, somewhere in there. And on top of that, there is a signed copy of Nintendo Force by all of the devs and creative minds over at Way Forward. And on top of
I
that,
want
we
that
actually
so
have
bad.
some absolutely beautiful original concept art for Shantae, actually drawn up by the Matt Bozon, the creator and director of the Shantae series. So, and it's a really beautiful piece of art. The game itself, absolutely excellent. And in turn, I will be running Mighty Switch Force 2 for you for the second half of this Way Forward block. And I would also like to remind you that I also am doing a giveaway for a part of my run. So if you can guess the just the end time of my run, I will actually be giving out a American and European code for Mighty Switch Force 2 on the 3DS. So feel free to tweet at me your guesses for that. And we're going to be probably cutting that off around Incident 8 halfway through. And also, if you do miss the chance to grab one of those, Way Forward has been kind enough to throw a sale for the games that have been run during this marathon. So if you don't get the giveaway from either the Sound Defense or myself, I believe they're currently 25% off on the eShop for the Wii U and the 3DS as well. So, I mean, support indie devs, and I really hope you guys enjoy my run that's coming up right here. So let's see here. Foot pedals right here. Let's get all nice and comfy here. And Tech, you all good for the run? All right. So I will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So Mighty Switch Force 2. This game here is definitely a little different than the original Mighty Switch Force ran by Duke Bilgewater at SGDQ 2014. One thing you're going to notice is that the hose is actually completely different from the big Mighty Shot that he used during his run. I am running Any% New Game Plus, which incorporates the Mighty hose over the regular hose, and that allows me to one-shot a lot of enemies and take care of a lot of obstacles throughout the run here. So WayForward's design philosophy with a lot of the Mighty games is they kind of want you to figure it out on your own, but at the same time, they give you enough to go off of throughout the run to kind of give you an idea as to how the game works. Like for example, on this level right here, those yellow switch blocks are in and out of phase, and if you press the switch button, it does actually switch between the phases that they are in. So they definitely gave a nod to the old design philosophy of let them figure it out on their own, and in turn definitely is pretty self-explanatory once you kind of get used to the game itself. And of course, this game's a puzzle platformer. The goal is to grab 5 hooligan sisters in each incident, and then hit our boy Gendarmer here at the exit, and continue on without the run or throughout the run here. So, yeah, coming up here is Incident 2, and what we're looking at is a new mechanic. Well, to anyone that's not familiar with the series, called the launch blocks. And when you're inside them and shoot yourself through, you actually get propelled in the direction that the arrows point. There's not really much else to say about those besides they're definitely a fun little part of the puzzling in this game here. So yeah, you're definitely good for a bit of donations here if you want to Zach SK.
All right, we have $100 from Wolf44. Keep up the great work, runners and staff. Put this Benjamin towards half-minute hero being named Iwata. May his legacy live on.
Oh, thank you so much for that kind donation there. So coming up here is Incident 3. And Incident 3 here introduces these fire rock guys and these wood blocks here. During a regular new game run, you would actually have to use those rock guys that are on fire to clear out those wood blocks. But since this fire extinguisher defies all conventional laws, it actually completely burns up those wood blocks as well. And one thing I know that the level designer Austin Ivan Smith likes to do with a lot of his Mighty Switch Force games is include some kind of vertical platforming in his levels. And this is definitely one of the finer examples of that here in the Mighty universe.
$50 from Maestro Mori. Amazing marathon so far. AGDQ 2015 was my first time getting to watch live and donate, and I've been watching AGDQ ever since. I've been glad to be able to help such a great cause.
All right, so the reason I keep those blocks is it just allows me to walk into that launch blocks. It just saves a little bit of time, but definitely a nice little thing there. And one huge difference between this run compared to Mighty Switch Force is that it's a lot less execution-based and more rewarding for precision. So you're going to see me making a lot of really tight jumps here that are normally really difficult to pull off on a regular playthrough. And yeah, this is a pretty self-explanatory incident, so feel free to read a few more donations.
We have $25 from Azurite Reaction. Hey, I've known this guy for like 7 years. I had no idea he was a speedrunner. I would go follow his Twitter and Twitch account. Good luck on the run. I think that was during the last game. So.
Cool, cool. Yeah, you'd be surprised actually how many people just kind of come out of the woodworks in the speedrun community here.
We have $10 from the dedicated servers. We love SGDQ. The only thing better than playing video games is watching someone better than you play them. $50 from Yum Fu. Been watching the GDQ marathons for a few years now, and this SGDQ has been great so far. Let's make sure the Chrono 100% makes it to the marathon.
All right, so coming up here in Incident 5 is this is actually the first incident where I introduced death warping into the routing for the game. And basically what I'm going to do is avoid all of the fire hydrant checkpoints here to allow myself to death warp to a more advantageous position once I'm done collecting all the hooligan sisters here.
$20 from Anonymous. Love what you guys are doing. Longtime supporter, sending love from Australia.
All right, so as soon as I collect that hooligan sister and smash myself into the foreground there, I pop up right here, right next to Gendarmer, which saves a decent chunk of time.
$30 from Anonymous. This never happened before. Still seems to be a thing.
All right, so I'm coming up here. This incident is, it revolves around a lot of these launch blocks here. They're definitely fun to kind of mess around with and figure out where to go exactly. But since this is a speed run here, I'm just going to use a few of them, grab all the hooligan sisters, and book it out of town. And hey, there we are. All right, so Incident 7 right here is actually one of the first examples of some really tight platforming here. There's not much to really say besides it gets pretty tight coming up here.
$50 from Robin251. Been watching for 2 years now and first time donating. Glad the money is helping out people. Shout out to my sister, Stephanie. By the way, kill the animals.
All right, so coming up here is actually a really tight jump that I hope I make. If not, it only just costs me a little bit of time. But I can actually bonk my head here. Oh, shoot, didn't get that. And that actually allows me to just fall through since I'm knocking the blue block out of phase and bonking on that red block there. So unfortunately, I didn't get it, but definitely a cool trick to see if that's something I end up hitting at some point in a run.
We have $375 from Jay Hobbs. I told Villagen I'd match him on the donation from his run, and I counted 20 deaths and 20 failed bashes. So here you go. Put this towards Demon and Choco for Chrono Trigger. $10 from Ponk. I joined in to watch Symphony of the Night and Shantae and was amazed by how beautiful a game Ori was. I love the GDQ and all the runners breaking such great games. Thank you all.
Yeah, so that switch I did earlier on in that sequence there, definitely a really tight switch, and that's something you'll see in a couple more parts here throughout the run. All right, so Incident 8 is home to one of the first individual level tricks that I'm actually going to forego here, mainly due to the sake that it honestly saves just a fraction of time. Normally I would jump between that first block I landed on up there, but I just switched and used the top block there. It's pretty much a pixel perfect jump, so just decided not to go with it and in turn just lose a little bit of time there. And oh yeah, this incident right here actually introduces those hot little ovens there. Basically, the idea is you want to blow out those fires before you stand on them, and they can definitely be really punishing with poor placement of the hose there.
We have $30 from Conti Zero. Thanks for all the runners and staff. $51 from Anonymous. I want to salute the courage of Doctors Without Borders. $10 from Cubrex. Hey, I may not have much to give or much to say, but I do have a lot of love for all of those involved in SGDQ. What you're doing is fantastic, and I hope everyone has a great time. Heart.
All right, so Incident 9 here has a lot of red-blue switch block puzzles here. And due to really strong routing, a lot of it is actually pretty streamlined. You're going to see some things that might make you go, hey, what was that? But for the most part, it's pretty much just abuse of some of the placement on some of these things. Huge shout outs to just all the people that have helped route this game. I've got a lot of help from Ndede. I did a lot myself as well. In the earlier stages of this game, Soothing Plum Tea actually helped with a bit of routing as well. And the current world record holder, Back, has actually optimized a lot of really cool things throughout the run as well. So huge shout outs to the few but proud Mighty Switch Force 2 runners that have shared a lot of their strats for each level here. All right, so Incident 10 right here. This is definitely where these ovens get a little more punishing. The hose can be a really mysterious thing sometimes because there's actually two factors that go into the positioning of each individual particle it shoots out. Not only does the strength of the hose at the time of firing cause certain positional things, but it also depends on whether or not the screen is scrolling. So it can definitely get a little wonky sometimes, but a lot of just getting good at this game in general is just making sure that you can adjust to all of the craziness. All right, so cool little thing coming up here. There's actually just enough space here between these blocks just to kind of shimmy your way through. So no need to switch and just sit and waste time there. All right, so Incident 11 right here. Normally you only see maybe one Death Warp in a lot of incidents in the Mighty games, but this one actually requires two. And it's actually a little bit faster than climbing your way up to the Gendarmer at the end of one of these parts here. So I'm just going to grab a couple Hooligan Sisters, smack myself into the foreground, and do that definitely one more time as well coming up here. All right, so I'm going to grab this Hooligan Sister right here, and this block looks pretty nice. And now, so what I'm going to do here is actually set up some switch blocks. Oops, let's jump again there. To make the next part a little more fluid. So now I can just hop down here, shoot right through, and now I get everything back into sync here. And grab my last girl and smack myself again. So the cool thing about this Death Warp is it spawns me right under Gendarmer, so I just jump up and continue on with the run.
$30 from Anonymous, multiple time donator from both GDQs. Love all you do for Doctors Without Borders. Shout outs to the folks from NeoGAF watching. Keep fighting the good fight.
All right, so Incident 12 is another one of those really cool vertical stages. Oh, hey there, let's grab you. And there's a lot of really cool little optimizations in this level. And on top of that, there's a pretty obvious one once I kind of explain it coming up. There we go. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, I messed that up actually pretty poorly there. Ideally, I want to smack that rock between those 3 blocks there, and that'll actually cause that little sequencer to be a 1 cycle. But since I actually had a really bad pattern there, I broke the 2 blocks and just kind of had 1 each spaced out there. I actually had to go for a 3 cycle, which looks like it wasted about 7 seconds there.
We have $20 from Ivan Smith. Austin from Way Forward here, matching your $5 per failure in the Roddy area. It's simultaneously exhilarating and frightening watching you guys completely break the games we make. We will be talking about it in the office hours tomorrow.
So, funny that Austin Ivan Smith donated right there, because one thing that he talked about in his dev speedrun of Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition is that one thing he really likes to see is broken logic in his puzzles, and it's a little late to really say too much about it, but that first Hooligan Sister, normally you have to kind of loop around and grab her, but since I shimmied myself just right, I was able to pretty much skip that entire puzzle and in turn save a decent chunk of time. So coming up is another IL strat that I'm kind of gonna just not go for just because it can be really nuts sometimes. This green and red block right here, it is possible to actually switch in between them and just continue on like business as usual. But it's a really tight space there. Definitely something that is not marathon safe by any means. So I just forego that and I'm just gonna kind of continue on here.
$50 from Ryan Henyard. Greetings from Ann Arbor. Had to donate and support these amazing runners and thank Way Forward for all the joy they've brought to gamers over the years. Special shoutouts to Jake Kaufman for making such memorable music.
Oh yes, and we cannot forget about Jake Vert Kaufman. He has done a lot of the soundtracks for Way Forward games, and more recently has kind of branched out. But his music is honestly one of the biggest reasons why I come back to these games, on top of course, the excellent platforming. So huge shout outs to him for making such memorable and beautiful soundtracks. So this is another one of those incidents with a lot of logic breaking in terms of the puzzles that are demonstrated here. And let's see here, coming up will be one really streamlined approach to this puzzle right here. You just kind of let it take out that guy and just kind of shoot along here. On top of that, there's a really neat trick that Back found out. If you jump and shoot right there, you can actually take out that dirt block, and then all you have to do is jump up, take the other one out, and grab that Hooligan Sister a lot quicker than dealing with that puzzle that you have right there. All right, so now instead of actually doing this puzzle as well, I'm gonna just shoot him with that blue block there. Saves a decent chunk of time, especially if you hit everything just right. All right, and the reason I'm switching into that blue block is because I can just shoot that guy right there. And hey, another Hooligan Sister. All right, so I freed up that last Hooligan Sister, and we are now going to make our way to Gendormer.
$50 from Gen 15 Lean. Found Games Done Quick mid-2014 and have watched SGDQ 2014, AGDQ 2015, and SGDQ 2015. Glad I can finally donate. It helps.
All right, so incident 15 is a fairly linear incident. There aren't a huge amount of speed tricks, but of course, we're pretty clever runners of this game. We've come up with some pretty interesting solutions to some things. And one of the cooler ones you're going to see is definitely at the end of this incident here. And while this is kind of running out here, I just wanted to check, has the donation incentive been met for singing the credits for this game?
I can look into that. It has.
It has? All right. Well, hey, the end is coming up after this incident with Incident 16. We definitely have a healthy amount of time still until then, because in a true Way Forward Mighty fashion, the last incident is an auto-scroller. But hey, I get to brush off my singing voice and hopefully do the song justice here.
Likewise.
Hi, CFB. Hi, Tony. Oh, and Duke, I owe you a kick in the butt, by the way.
He did say that.
All right, so Incident 16 is an auto-scroller, as I mentioned before. There's a really cool trick I can pull off here, so I'm just going to go for it. It actually doesn't save any time, but it looks really cool. So let's see if I can hit these cycles just right. So I can jump over here and take some hit with the fire here. And that's a cool way to get through there, but honestly, it does not save any time at all. I actually tested it in practice right before this, and it's a shame because it's really cool at the cost of making that cycle a little harder to hit. So yeah, this incident's great for donations. I pretty much only have like one other thing to say coming up quite far from now.
All right, well, we have $25 from Tolpledge. First time donating to a GDQ. Gotta love Shantae and Mighty Switch Force. Ret to go, baby. Also, save them animals. We have $300 from Venbot3000. Watching GDQ runs has helped me through some difficult times in my life, and I'm hyped to finally donate. Shoutouts to Essentio Plexel for their Chrono Trigger run. I've never met you, but you guys are awesome. $50 from Yikes. This event is amazing. Watching the classics and finding new games to love. Keep up the amazing work, guys. $10 from Q Marsh. Let's help the doctors clip through the borders and go out of bounds. $55.02 from EDR. Reporting in to rep the 502 and destroy the borders. Loving the event as always. Currently watching from work because I can't bring myself to look away. Keep up the great work.
So yeah, sadly with these blocks right here, unlike the first earlier incident where I could just kind of hop through them, it's not really a thing on this part. But one really cool thing that they included in this game here is that if I jump and just kind of hop over right there, I actually don't have to go through this next part at all. This part is something that takes up a decent chunk of time and is definitely a welcome shortcut here from the level designers at Way Forward. All right, so if some of you may be wondering where these hooligan sisters may be, I still have to save 5 of them, but they have not shown their faces throughout this level. And we're actually reaching the final boss of Mighty Switch Force 2. Much like the original Mighty Switch Force, this boss plays home to all 5 of the hooligan sisters, and I basically have to damage him to grab them each time. This fight is honestly a nightmare with the regular hose because you have to hit that eye 3 times. And on top of that, a lot of the fire that will be coming up is really hard to deal with the regular hose. But yeah, I just gotta keep harassing his eye and grab those hooligan sisters. And I have to grab all 5 of them and hit him one more time, so time is definitely coming up soon.
Also, like the final boss in Mighty Switch Force 1, this boss is unexplained completely. Pretty much. It just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's one of the really fun things. There is a little bit of lore to the Mighty universe, but a lot of it's kind of left to the just player's imagination. Each hooligan sister doesn't even have a name, but there's definitely a lot of fun fan-created names that a lot of people like to use. I'm a huge fan of the alliteration names personally, but you do just hear many different kinds from all the different fans that are huge fans of Way Forward games here. All right, so let's see if I can time this correctly here. I've never used a foot pedal before. And, no, I did a little early, but that's time.
Wow.
All right, how did I do?
23.
23-29.
23-29, hey, not bad. But hey, so yeah, that was Mighty Switch Force 2, and we now have the ending credits to sing.
Oh, baby.
So I have the lyrics pulled up, boys, so
right,
if you
let's
don't
go.
remember them, let's take a quick look.
Set the world aflame.
You light it up.
Are you ready?
Life just ain't the same.
We've got that heat, get you right up on my feet.
Got to hose it down.
Gonna need a rescue. Oh, please and thank you.
Turn that ladder around.
Cause it's so hot, your love is all I got.
You're my rescue girl. You can save the world. I hope in my heart when we're apart, I keep it yearning. So rescue me. I can finally see you're mine.
In your eyes, I see the
Planet is burning. Rescue girl, yeah, you are the world to me. I promise I'll be there for you forever. So rescue me. Come and set me free, alive from the flames in my heart.
Ooh. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I think there's another part coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The words are a little different here, so I'll just kind of get comfy, hang out a little bit.
Sit comfy.
Oh, here we go.
Set the world ablaze.
I've got this smoldering affection.
Let me count the ways.
I need to know so bad.
It to the ground.
Light
Let me up.
Cool me down, baby.
Move it to the sound.
Got the hot stuff. Yeah.
Set the world aflame. Life just ain't the same. Got to hose it down. Turn that ladder round. You're my rescue girl.
Oh, hey, it's over.
Damn.
Boy, thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a wonderful time. And
Sorry, Twitch chat.
Yeah. I am so sorry.
I'm not.
But I guess last words. I mean, Way Forward has these games on sale, so if you liked what you saw and want to give it a try, I mean, by all means, give it a whirl. And yeah, I think the Sound Defense and I will take some time later on, I guess this morning locally, to go through the times and maybe dole out some codes. So thank you again for watching, and please stick around, because up next we've got Hotline Miami 2 by the Duke Bilgewater. Thanks again, guys.
Duke Bilgewater.